We of all people know that humans are freaky little animals, but what about the other animals? In Birds and the Bees, we are deep diving into nature and all of the weird, wacky, and hard to believe facts that make the animal kingdom, quite frankly, bigger freaks than us. Hey guys! Lola is bothering our latest guest, Lulu Chu.
Hi!
And this is now episode 11 of Birds and the Bees. So getting close to the end of our first season, which is crazy. And it's so funny because we talked about what animal you would want to talk about. And you chose two animals. And I thought one of them was sloth and one of them was something that I couldn't remember. So I ended up looking up sloths. That you told me, and I remember now, you said Tasmanian devil. What was the other one
The palace cat.
That's right.
Yeah, but then you said you already had a cat episode. So.
Yes. Well, fuck. So, we're not learning about Lulu's animal today. I'm forcing her to learn about a random animal, but that's totally fine.
I'm happy to learn.
They said that they like sloths at least.
I do. Like, I don't know that much, but I've always thought that they were just interesting, like evolutionarily speaking. Because why?
Yeah. It's really interesting, the stuff as to why. So we will get to it. But have you ever met a sloth in real life?
I've never seen a sloth in real life. I've heard they're like actually kind of huge though.
Yeah, they're pretty big. And I think that they are my spirit animal, personally. I'm in sloth mode today. You came dressed so beautifully and I'm in my suit. But people listening on audio are probably thinking that I'm in an actual suit, but I'm just in like a bodysuit. Yeah. Before we start talking about sloths, is there anything exciting coming up for you that you want to tell people about?
I don't know if you have any international viewers, but I'm going to be going to Germany for Venus Berlin.
Oh my god.
So if anyone's going to that, come say hi to me.
Is this your first Venus?
This is my first time.
It's so much fun. I went 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I remember first walking into the room and I looked to my right and there were latex nuns on a stage burning a Bible, and then to the left there was someone doing a live sex show, and I just thought, what the fuck is happening? Like, in the best way possible.
That sounds amazing.
Because in Australia and America, you can't do that kind of stuff in conventions, but in Venus and Berlin, everything goes.
Oh, now I'm like extra excited.
You're gonna have so much fun.
Oh my god, that sounds awesome. I've always heard that Venus was like super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also hoping I could like take a day or something and maybe like go visit Amsterdam.
Yes.
I really want to see the red light district.
Yeah. Apparently the red light district is kind of fading. It's becoming more of a family area, which is interesting. But I think that there will have to be a degree that they protect it. Lola, all this is going to be of is you breathing into Lulu's chest and face.
I'm not.
She just wants lots of love.
Yes.
You give too many good pats.
So get some nice dog ASMR.
Yeah, perfect. Something else that's coming up for both of us is we shot something together.
Yes.
And it's just got finished edited. I got the news last night. I just hadn't had a chance to message you yet. By the time this episode of the podcast comes out, it will have been released. But it was so much fun. Basically, do you want to tell a little bit about the story, maybe?
Sure. In our collab, we are a lesbian couple living together when suddenly an unknowing time traveler appears in our house, and he is baffled by the fact that we are able to live together like this, and we teach him the wonders of modern sexuality.
In a legalized framework.
Yes.
And it was Robbie Apples, and he wore the coolest platform shoes I think I've ever seen on a man.
He has some really cool clothes.
Yeah.
There's some good pieces.
Yeah.
He's got fun fashion.
Yeah. But I think it makes sense for Robbie. If anyone's met Robbie, you would never catch him dead in jeans and a polo shirt or something like that.
No.
Yeah. One of my favorite people, and I was so glad when you were excited to do it and he was as well. Because I just think it's the perfect pairing. Well, anyway, so that'll be out. You guys can hunt us down. We both have it, so you can contact anybody, literally. And Robbie has it. Get your hands on a copy.
It's hot. It's fun.
Yeah. And definitely not sloth-like, which is what we're about to talk about.
Sloths.
Sloths. Do you know any facts about sloths?
If this is a correct fact, I remember that sometimes they will just die because they are so slow and they can't get to like food in time.
Interesting. I don't know if that's true.
It might not be. I just remember like hearing that at some point.
I think that might be an urban myth. I might be wrong because something that I say often on this podcast is forgive me when I'm wrong because there's so many animals and I can't know it all. I did a lot of research in advance and I didn't come across that fact.
Okay.
But the food thing I learnt a lot about, and I don't think it makes sense in my head for them to die with what I know about how they live. So I might be able to bust that one for you.
Fuck yeah. Prove me wrong. That's
yeah.
fine.
Do you identify with sloth-like behavior and being slow and chill?
Yeah, very much so. I'm a big bed rotter, couch rotter. I just want to kind of sit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then maybe this was the better animal to talk about. Fuck. We can also do like the Tasmanian devil another day. I've had a couple of people on a couple of times because it's so much fun. So I will research the Tasmanian devil and we'll do it another time. Okay. So sloths are mammals like us. Which I didn't know actually before I went researching. I think because they're so exotic, I thought they were going to be something somewhat removed from us. And they live on average to be 20 years old, but the oldest sloth ever was called Miss C and she lived to 43. So
that's a good lifespan.
Yeah, it's longer than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I thought they'd be kind of similar to a dog, maybe. Or a little bit longer than a dog, but 43 is...
43 is a long time.
Yeah. Do you want to average how fast they are?
Is it in kilometers? Because I'm
miles.
Kilometers. Oh, okay. I don't know, like half a mile?
0.03 miles per hour. On land.
That's so bad. What do you mean on land?
So they're actually excellent swimmers.
What?
They move 3 times as fast in the water, so they move 0.1 miles per hour in water. And they're actually really good swimmers. But not aquatic animals.
Ha! What? That...
Yeah, it's cool, hey? And then they live in trees. Everyone knows about sloths as being in trees and swinging around on branches. But the water side of things, I think, is somewhat important to them because their fur is actually its whole own ecosystem. So they grow fungus on it, they harbour insects on it. The insects use their fur as a place to breed, which sounds disgusting, but for example, the moth life cycle runs through the fur of sloths, which is really cool. And then they also grow algae on their fur, and that disguises them in the trees.
Oh, they got camo.
Yeah, they have a little camouflage bodysuit that they wear, and that bodysuit is a live, living thing.
That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't know this about them before I went hunting.
I love moths.
You love moths?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well,
Yeah.
then, this was the perfect animal then.
That's so cool. They just...
So the moths will lay their eggs in the dung of the rainforest, and then the eggs hatch and fly up and make homes in the sloths to mate, and then the life cycle continues.
That's so cool.
I think it is as well.
Fun. Okay, wait, I'm still kind of hung up on the fact
that they swim.
that they swim faster than they move because, yes, you feel lighter in water, but it's also harder to move because there's more of a force. So
Well, they can move fast if they want to, and I'll get to it a little bit further when we talk about some other things. But they can move at regular speed if they really want to.
They just choose not to.
Yeah, they choose not to because of how they eat.
Oh.
So they have this really interesting way of trying to reserve energy so that they don't have to eat a lot by moving super slow and only moving quickly if they're being attacked or they have to defend themselves, things like that. But if I showed you a video of a sloth attacking a human, it's kind of scary. And I think they could really fuck a bitch up. I gotta be serious.
They're pretty big, right? And they got those like big ass like talon claw things, like giant. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight a regular speed sloth.
No, and I don't know how zoos do it, honestly, because the videos that I saw of them moving really fast, it's often like third world countries that I'm seeing these videos in, and they're just carrying them on a stick, and suddenly the sloth is just running up the stick to fuck someone up, and they just drop the stick, and I'll show you afterwards, but it's kind of crazy.
Terrifying.
It's crazy how fast they can move. So, there are two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths.
Mm-hmm.
So this helps to identify them. The three-toed sloth, the pygmy three-toed sloth, is critically endangered and at a risk of extinction. And the three-fingered maned sloth is also endangered. It's very hard to differentiate the two-toed sloths because they have no external genitalia. They all look the same, and apparently it's really common for zoos to think they're putting two men in an enclosure and suddenly there's babies down the track.
Oh no.
And they have baby sloths, and then they've learnt that one of them is male and one of them is female.
How do they mate if they don't have external? What is internal? I mean, like, what?
So the two-toed sloths, they actually don't know a lot about how they reproduce because it's such a small amount of time and it's so hard to see it that it kind of isn't documented a great deal.
That's so interesting.
But there are 6 species in total in the Americas. The three-toed sloths, they have this stripe that runs down the back of their body. Mm-hmm. The males, it's like way more pronounced. It's very orange. It's from like the oil in their skin, basically. And then the females have a similar stripe, but it's less obvious. So you can find them more easily and differentiate them a lot more easily. And I love the name of the stripe. I think it's really fun, and it's called a speculum.
Oh, not the speculum.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think that's a much more fun speculum than what we have to deal with.
Yeah, our speculum sucks.
Yeah.
They make that shit big.
They just recently reinvented it for the first time.
I saw that, yeah.
Was it Germany?
I don't remember.
Probably. Germany makes everything, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they had them when I had to go to the doctor recently, and I found out that they finally they did some women's health research, and they studied pap smears and they studied IUDs, and they found out that IUDs last for 3 times longer, and pap smears you only have to do every 5 years, so I didn't have to do a single fucking thing, and my vagina was so happy about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I was really glad. I didn't get to see the new speculum. That's a good thing.
That's good. We don't want to see it.
Have you ever tried using one on yourself, side note?
A speculum?
Yeah.
Why would I just have a speculum?
Well, I bought some to do I did a video with Chloe Creams, who was our first guest on this podcast, and she made a birthday cake in my butthole. And so the way we did it was we used a speculum and we layered like a trifle cake into my butt, jello and cake and cream, and then we got a spoon and we ate out of it. But the red jello was a really bad idea because jello melts really fast in your body, and I figured that out when I realized that I was just full of red liquid, and it probably wasn't the best thing to be coming out of my butt to sell. But yeah, it was fun. And then getting the speculum out sucked.
Yeah.
Because when Chloe went to close it, she thought she had to close it, but the problem is your butthole wants to shrink again, right? So the skin kind of like closed in around right before she clamped. So she clamped my intestines and it was painful.
Oh!
So if you put a speculum in your butt, you have to leave it open a little bit as you pull it out. Just in case anyone's going to try this at home. Don't try this at home, please. I don't want to be sued.
Please, nobody try this ever.
But if you want to eat cake out of my butthole, apparently I can do it. I still have a speculum.
Sorry, I'm just trying to imagine the feeling of a speculum clamping on my intestines.
It was a weird feeling.
That sounds horrible. I'm so sorry.
It was a weird tingly feeling.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
So I don't do a lot of anal stuff, so this is horrifying to me.
It wasn't too bad. I just said to her, please let me take it out.
Oh God.
Because I can feel if I'm clamping on something or not.
Well.
Anyway, so that's my story about speculums. Not the same speculums as sloths' backs, but anyway. Alright, sloths are 3 times stronger than humans. Were you ready for this to be a little unhinged? Or
I was hoping. This is what I dreamed of. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, three times as strong as humans.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary at normal speed.
Yeah, if a sloth is angry in a zoo, they need 4 people to handle them. That's how angry and aggressive and strong they are.
So what makes sloths angry? I mean, if they're being attacked, probably.
I think it would be like if your roommate came up to you when you were bed rotting and told you you had to vacuum the house.
Yeah,
like,
I guess if I was an animal, maybe I'd hit them for that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. That's my best example I've got. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't really know what makes you angry. What does make you angry?
Honestly, it takes some like bad shit to make me like angry.
Yeah.
Well, it's either League of Legends or politics generally. That's the quickest way to make me angry.
That's fair. So it is like if your teammate runs rogue. Do you play teams in League? Mm-hmm. So your teammate runs rogue and leaves you alone and then you get downed. Yeah. That vibe. I think that's what would make them angry if they were us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. We've got big ears.
Yeah, we do have big ears. They're so fun to play with. Lulu was playing with Lola's Dumbo ears at the moment because my beagle girls have ginormous fluffy antennas for ears. Lola, man, you've got to chill out, baby.
She's so cute.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
So precious.
Sloths sleep a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess how much?
Like per day or?
Per day.
20 hours.
Perfect! You're so smart.
Let's go.
Are you psychic?
Well.
And they eat leaves, fruits, and sap. Sap, I think, is a bad lie.
That doesn't sound... Also, isn't it, like, hard to... Well, I mean... Because they don't have tools. Do they just...
Well, they have giant talons.
They do have the giant talons. Yeah, they just gouge the tree open.
That's what I imagine.
Okay.
And then maybe lick it out?
Yeah, right. Because don't they have, like, some weird tongues?
That I don't know about. Now I want to look up a sloth tongue.
Maybe it's normal. I don't know.
I'm going to look it up.
Sloth
tongues.
Come over here?
No, they look kind of normal. They look... look at that tiny...
That first one's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But no, that's pretty normal. Maybe I was probably thinking about anteaters, honestly.
There is one sloth... It says TIL sloth. I don't know what that...
TIL is today I learned.
Oh. Well, but the others don't have... Oh my god, was that the most milfiest thing that has ever happened? When you just had to explain an acronym to me.
Okay, no, but that's not like slang. That's just like internet stuff. Like that's really common on like Reddit.
I am on Reddit.
You're on Reddit.
It makes me feel so old right now. I have never heard that and I want to crawl into a hole.
It's okay. For the longest time, I didn't know what it meant either. I had to Google it.
One of the accounts that I started hiring people to help me with my social media, and they want to make a MILF Instagram, and I have fought MILF so hard. I don't know if you've seen me fighting it on social media. I fought it so hard and failed so horrendously that now I'm putting aside time to make mum reels, and I just feel now like I can't go backwards because they didn't know what TIL was. Now it's a thing.
The final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, apparently that is what it takes, and now I am officially just an old lady. Anyway.
Oh no.
The predators of sloths are jaguars, harpy eagles, and ocelots. Do you know what an ocelot is? You would love ocelots.
I've heard of ocelots. I don't have a mental image for them, but I know the word.
They are the cutest cats. You ready to have your mind blown?
Oh,
they're so cute.
It's like a little house cat leopard.
Yeah, they're really cute. But all of their predators rely on movement to detect prey. If you think about how a jaguar hunts or an eagle hunts, they look for movement and then attack. Mm-hmm. So this is why sloths
go slow.
Yeah, and then they camouflage with algae.
Right.
So it's almost impossible to find them.
Oh.
So this is how they've survived being so slow for so long. They can't be seen.
Okay, I will say, I didn't know harpy eagles were like an actual bird. Like, I knew the mythological harpy, but I didn't know we had real harpy.
Yeah, it's a harpy eagle.
Huh.
Isn't that cool?
Do you think like, wait, do we also struggle with finding sloths because of the slow and the camouflage? Like, does that work on us too?
I feel like, I don't know what they use to find them in the wild. I imagine they use some kind of technological thing like heat guns.
Sure.
Or something like that, I'd imagine.
Mm.
Also, I think we know where to look.
Probably, yeah, we figured that out by now.
And people are probably looking from under the canopy, whereas like harpy eagles would be over.
Right.
But it's a good question. I don't know how easy it is to find a sloth in the wild. Things to ask ChatGPT. How easy is it to find a sloth? Okay. Three-toed sloths are basically the exorcist.
Oh.
Because they can rotate their heads almost 360 degrees.
Oh.
Because they have more vertebrae. So you and I, we have 7 vertebrae in our neck that allows us to move the amount that we do. They have 8 or 9.
Oh.
So they can literally go from like way back there almost completely around.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is kind of a nightmare. It's nightmare fever territory because they're camouflaged and then their head can spin.
And then they just come to look at you from the algae. Yeah.
And because they're so slow and you can't see them. Oh no, that freaks me out. That is nightmare fuel. I'm gonna dream really terrible dreams about a scary sloth now. People want to dress up as clowns for Halloween, but what are they fucking doing? They should dress up
sloth.
Exactly. How has no one made a movie about? We made a movie about a bear that did a fuck ton of cocaine. Why has no one made a movie?
Cocaine Bear was a masterpiece. Okay.
Why is there not one about a sloth? That's all I'm saying, guys.
It's true. We have horror Winnie Pooh now. We should have horror sloth.
Horror Winnie the Pooh was kind of terrifying.
It was kind of fucked up, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but like the first bit, I was like, this is weird.
I love Winnie the Pooh though, so I don't know how I feel about there being a horror Winnie the Pooh.
It feels kind of wrong.
Yeah. I think you have to be very fucked up in the head to even think about it. Like, I don't ever look at Winnie the Pooh and think, let's make it dark. There's nothing in the storyline.
That's like the thing now, though. Just like, let's do the same thing, but like make it edgier.
Doesn't make it edgier just to make everyone die, though. Anyway. I will die on this hill. Winnie the Pooh should never be.
It's dumb.
So
it
funny.
was so unnecessary.
All right, we're going to get into why they're so slow now, besides avoiding predators. So they have... She sheds a lot, I'm so sorry.
Okay, my cats do too.
So their digestion is super slow, and it can take to digest 1 leaf up to a month.
1 leaf a month?
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe it's a big leaf, but...
Yeah. So they can't eat a lot because their digestion
Is so fucking slow.
Yeah. So because of this, they move really slow to reserve energy.
Gotcha.
And because of this, they also only poop once a week. And you know what?
Well, yeah.
My most favorite fact about sloths is that when they do need to poop, for some reason they don't do it from the trees. That would make sense, right? And animals never make sense. We're learning very quickly on this podcast. What they do is they come down to poop on the ground. But they get to the bottom of a tree and then they do this poop dance where they like bounce and wiggle around to kind of bury their poo in the ground. And it's a really cute thing. I have to show it to you now. I'm going to show you the poop dance of a sloth.
I'm trying to imagine a poop dance.
It's very cute. Also reminds me of when dogs scoot their butts on the bottom of the ground.
Yeah.
Oh. They just wiggle their little booty on the grass.
Oh, bud. Buddy.
I think it's really cute.
You're just doing a little wiggle.
I think the world would be a much kinder place if we all had a poop dance. That's my food for thought for this month.
A little poop dance.
I think that it would make everyone so happy for the rest of their day. Maybe therapists, instead of telling us to go touch grass, they should be saying,
try poop dance.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried doing just a silly little dance when you're done pooping in celebration?
yeah. It's gonna solve world violence, I tell you now. Just imagine.
That was really cute. That was really cute.
I think I want my own poop dance, but I don't know what I would do if I was doing a poop dance. I think mine would look like I'd be compact and
Kind of like bear rubbing against a tree vibes?
Yeah, yes. Feels very comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hug after a poop.
Yeah. I did that. That was a good poop.
Yeah.
Good job.
I can't imagine you having a poop dance. I can't imagine your personality allows for a poop dance.
I'm not whimsical enough for a poop dance.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I really don't. I don't like pooping. Like,
Really? I
Yeah,
find them
it's
so
fun.
satisfying.
I mean, like it's relieving, but like if I only had to defecate once a week and say I didn't get bloated because of it, then I would be fine with that. I would prefer that.
But I feel like if you pooped once a week, you're probably getting more bloated than anything because these guys can lose up to 1/3 of their body weight when they poop. So you would increase in 1/3 of your size to then poop. So would you still want it then?
Then I wouldn't want it. No, I don't want to be just like pregnant all the time.
Yeah. It would
That's
not be
not
ideal
fun.
for our job.
No, it wouldn't be. Damn it.
Just imagine if you had to plan your shoots around what day of the week it was just from the sake of how big your abdomen was of poop.
It's like you can only shoot for like the first like 3 or 4 days after you poop.
Yeah.
Before you start
Yeah.
bloating again.
Yeah. Sorry, Jim Powers. I'm getting close to being very poopy, and so I can't come into work today because I look pregnant. This is a really fun podcast. I have
See, at that point, I would just make up lies. I would just start lying my ass off.
But it's a great thing to be honest about, and you could use it as a lie and have a full week to yourself anytime.
I don't know. There's some pros and cons on either side.
We have to lay it out. We have to write a prom comments for this. You know what's so funny is some of the conversations in this podcast sound like we have smoked a fucking joint and high as a kite. You know when, like, I don't smoke weed because it makes me sleepy, but I've been around friends and they get into these existential crises conversations and it feels like that.
I actually did smoke before this.
Oh, there we go. That's perfect then. I could never smoke weed because if this is me sober, imagine what the fuck I would be if I did enough to get in that headspace.
I think you'd have a fun time.
I just get sleepy.
You just need a good sativa.
Maybe I'll let you pop my cherry one day. Well, it wouldn't be popping my cherry. I've tried it before, but maybe I'll let you get me to a point that I am like that one day. But I also genuinely think I'll just fall asleep. That's just my...
Some people do that.
Yeah. All right. Did you know there used to be giant sloths?
Yes, I did know that. Now, how giant, I am unsure.
Some as big as an elephant.
Oh my god.
I know! So the Megatherium was elephant-sized. Megalonyx was pony-sized. They lived in South America and they went extinct 10,000 to 13,000 years ago with the Ice Age and arrival of humans in the Americas, which I don't think is that long ago. That really doesn't feel like that long ago. I mean, we talk about animals being millions of years old sometimes, but there were giant sloths 10,000 to 13,000 years ago.
Yeah, that's not a long time at all.
I don't want to. You should never ride wild animals, but I also really want to ride an elephant-sized sloth.
I think I'd be okay with just an elephant, actually. I don't know, thinking about all the algae and bugs in the fur.
But they can't get into trees that big, so then I don't think they would
have the bugs. How do you know it's not just different bugs, though?
It could be different.
It could be
bugs.
different bugs.
Yeah. But I mean, wild animals have fleas and all sorts of weird shit anyway. So I think if you were in a world where they existed, you're probably also in a world where everything has things.
What? That's fair. I'd be willing to ride a bear, so it's probably not that much different.
You'd be willing to ride a bear?
I mean, assuming it's like a tame one that's not gonna immediately attack me, I'd be down to ride a bear.
How many tame bears do you know that aren't like humongously traumatized?
Well, that's kind of goes for a lot of animals, I feel, except for the domesticated ones.
Yeah.
Like elephants are probably very traumatized.
Yeah. I actually, when I was a veterinary student, I did a placement in an elephant sanctuary. And so in Thailand, from way back when they were involved in one of the wars, landmines were put out. And a lot of those landmines are still out in places, and so there's a government program in to try and get rid of them. But elephants are also wild, and sometimes elephants step on the landmines. And so sanctuaries bring them in and rehabilitate them. And then there was this really great one in Chiang Mai that I got to go to, and I got to go behind the scenes because I was a vet student. And it was one of the few sanctuaries where they were starting to prevent... So a lot of elephant sanctuaries, you can go up to the animals and you can bath with them in the rivers and shit. And people think it's a really fun little touristy thing to do, but it's not realistic of the life of an elephant. And so this place was one of the first places to say, no, you can only see them from these viewing platforms. If you're not on these viewing platforms, you're not able to do anything with them. If they want to eat from you, then they'll come up to you, but otherwise they're living their life. And they had handlers, but they had minimal handlers. They have a special word for the handlers, and I can't remember it now, but they basically become one of their best friends.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, and they have really good memory. They remember those people. Totally going off topic with different animals, but elephants are like wildly intelligent compared to that whole idea that you hear where they have a peanut-sized brain and they're really stupid and forgetful.
No, they're not.
All right, back to those giant sloths. So they went extinct 10,000 years ago, but current sloths have been around for 65 million years, just before dinosaurs disappeared.
Oh.
So that was the fact I read, though, just before dinosaurs disappeared. So then they survived...
They survived the asteroid.
Yeah. How? They're the slowest animal. Crazy. Blew my mind. They deserve to be here.
Well, I don't know. Maybe because when you think about it, like, it seems like they don't move a lot. They probably hide just naturally, instinctively.
Yeah.
Right? So they're not, like, moving, running when things happen.
Yeah.
So maybe just staying in place is kind of what kept them safer.
Yeah, and maybe I don't actually know where the asteroid hit. I'm sure we have that documented, but it obviously mustn't have been the Americas, maybe. Maybe it was just they got lucky by location.
Yeah.
This is a thing that I will look into. So I plan to do a little recap podcast of all the facts that I couldn't answer at the time, and then I'll go back and I'll talk about the different things. So I will add that to the list.
Okay.
How did they survive that asteroid?
That is a good question.
Yeah. I just think that's really amazing. So they're really true survivalists. They can swivel their fucking head 360 degrees. They wear camouflage. And they survived an asteroid that killed dinosaurs. Cool animals. Because of their low metabolism that they have to move slow and to digest slow, they also have a naturally low body temperature, and it's actually the lowest temperature of any mammal in the world.
Oh.
It goes as low as 30 degrees Celsius, which you're fucking American, so let me just... Let me convert it for you. It goes as low as 86 Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's pretty low.
Yeah, for a body temperature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So they're just frozen little icicles all the time.
Aww.
It's basically like, you know how your phone has low energy mode?
Yeah, that's what they're on all the time. Just saving energy.
Yeah.
Is that why they're so furry? You just gotta keep in the whatever body heat they have?
I don't think that, I think because they live in a non-cold area, I don't think the fur is to do with
That's just being an animal.
I think that's to do with the camouflaging mostly.
That's fair.
And then probably a little bit of body regulation.
Okay, I'm wondering, this is not related to the body heat. I'm going back to the 1 month to digest a leaf. So, like, how many leaves do they eat?
That's a good question. Let's see if Google will tell me, because I don't have all the answers. They eat 2.5 ounces of leaves per day, which is significantly less than other similar sized mammals.
That's still more than I thought, though, because, like, an ounce of leaf.
For people who don't know ounces like me, it's 73.5 grams.
Oh, yeah.
Per day.
Okay, yeah. That's a good amount of leaves.
Yeah, well, I guess you would have to eat a lot to get enough energy.
Right.
Even if you have...
Because leaves don't have, like, a whole lot of nutrients. Not a whole lot.
I wonder what nutrients are in sap. That's another question to add to my list.
That is also, yeah.
Because I don't think sap is sugary.
Because they're not getting it from, like, maple trees.
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to add that to the list too. I'm getting more questions than answers. Damn it! All right, we get to do the fun stuff now, which is the reproductive stuff.
Oh, yay.
Animals are always so weird when it comes to sex, but I mean, so are we, so whatever.
Yeah.
So, three-toed females will call very loudly in a high pitch to the men, and the men have to come to them. So they don't try. But if the man doesn't come quickly, she just starts screaming more and more often until she's screaming in this high pitch every 10 minutes to 15 minutes to get him to come. Which reminds me of an Italian mother. That's exactly what I think of when I think of that.
That's, you know what, I kind of feel like that sometimes. Just, tweeting, screaming into the void. Somebody come fuck me, please. I don't want to try.
Now.
Come over, please.
Now. So will I start finding you every 10 minutes through the night?
Just, If you ever see me tweet, just, you know what that means.
Perfect. Just fuck me! Fuck me! So funny. Two-toed sloths secrete pheromones from their glands instead, so they don't get noisy. They just make a smell to try and attract.
Great.
And then the men will fight for the women. Sloths fight each other.
Sloths be fighting.
Their goal is to knock each other from the tree because everyone's up in the trees.
Mm-hmm.
But they move fast. So they're moving at normal speed as they fight. And because they have talons, big claws, they're kind of scary fights to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Their mating season depends on a bunch of things. They basically want the perfect date night. So it has to be the right latitude, the right temperature. They have to have eaten the right food, the right amount of daylight. They're super fussy with when they choose to mate, except for one type, which mate whenever. It's in Costa Rica. The rest of them go into estrus monthly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea animals could be so particular about that.
Yeah. The latitude one got me.
Yeah, that's... Because, like, they have to, like, instinctually feel that, because they can't, like, intellectually know that.
Yeah, but it's so interesting how much of the animal world we can't sense.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of my podcast is about. I mean, like dogs, for example, they can sniff cancer. They can smell your blood sugar levels and things like that. So it's really fascinating what other people... I know, she's so precious. I call her my bread loaf because normally she lies out flat. This is Tammy lying at our feet. But Lola normally sleeps like this, and I call her my little croissant because she's curled up.
So cute.
So they are not monogamous.
Oh, cool.
Many females to one boy.
Let's go.
They don't give a fuck. And the only thing they don't do slow in their life is sex. It's done in a couple of minutes.
I was gonna ask, like, because slow sloth sex doesn't sound... It just doesn't sound fun for either party, really.
No, they come off low energy saving mode to have sex, and then they go back.
You know, I think I have a lot more in common with sloths than I thought.
Yeah, spirit animal, right? So, sex between sloths is rarely witnessed, so not much is known, and the reason why it hasn't been witnessed is they only have sex for a minute.
Oh, literally just a minute.
Yeah. The guy will stay with the female for several days to fight off other men and mate a few times, but this is my second favourite fact about sloths. They do need to sleep, right?
Right.
Sloths sleep 20 hours a day. He doesn't sleep that much because he's trying to protect her, but he has to sleep. So while he's asleep, other men sneak in and the female mates with them while he's asleep. Girls got a roster.
That's beautiful. That was a bad time to hit my vape. Oh, we got...
So romantic it made you cry.
We got polyamorous sloths over here.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. I love that she's getting some side booty.
Like, does the guy know or care? I wonder.
I don't think he knows because it only happens
when he's asleep.
Exactly.
And she's probably not like, you know, in sloth language, hey, had a visitor while you're asleep.
Yeah. He might smell something though,
Maybe,
is what I
yeah.
think. So then what happens when he catches his woman cheating?
What? I mean, you did say it was multiple women to one man, so when it's the opposite, do the guys care?
I don't
do they
know.
get territorial?
I don't know.
That's so interesting.
This is all things I want to know.
Do sloths have double standards? Do sloths have misogyny?
I'm so Google has an answer for that. Do sloths have double standards? Let's have a look.
Like,
it's gonna get so confused.
It's not gonna know how to answer that.
Interesting. It's possible to interpret certain aspects of their mating system as a form of double standard because they're generally considered promiscuous with males and females mating with multiple partners. In three-fingered sloths, males demonstrate a tendency towards polygamy. But it might be viewed as a double standard if it's compared to a hypothetical situation where females were expected to be monogamous while males. So they're just saying basically what we just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I love that Google had an answer.
That's quite funny.
Yeah. So once they're preggers, their gestation varies quite a bit, but roughly 11 months. It's not really known for three-fingered sloths because they've never been bred in captivity successfully. So three-fingered sloths are kind of similar to great white sharks in that they die really quickly in captivity.
Oh.
And we don't really know why, but because of that, they're not really in zoos and places like that.
Mm.
They just don't cope for whatever reason. It's the same with great white sharks. People have tried to put them in zoos before, and they think maybe with them it's something to do with being isolated. They just die. Which makes me really sad.
That's sad. Sharks get a lot of hate. It's not deserved.
I love sharks.
Yeah.
Do you know that Lily's obsessed with sharks? Did you know that?
Belle or Lou?
Belle.
I didn't know that.
When I say obsessed, I mean,
Yeah, like Shark Week, baby.
like different species and facts about them. I'm going to do a really fun shot with her when I can grab her. So two-fingered sloths, though, they know a little bit about breeding, and so they think that two-fingered sloths are roughly 11 months, and maybe three-fingered sloths are closer to 6 months based upon what they've seen on interactions in the wild, but they don't really know. They then give birth, and the baby clings to the abdomen for several months to a few years to learn how to feed and climb and all that sort of jazz.
A few years.
Yeah.
That's really slow for the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Because usually they'll just pop out kind of knowing everything, ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really slow, but I think it's kind of sweet. Well, actually, I don't know if it's sweet or if it's the equivalent of a man staying in the basement of his mum's house for too long.
Right. Maybe after the first year, you should kind of get it.
Yeah. I mean, what do you need to learn? You just eat.
You just eat.
Leaves.
Scream if you're female.
Sleep.
Doesn't sound that hard to learn.
No, so I don't know why. But they are slow and lazy, it sounds like, so maybe they just think it's easier to stay. Which is fair.
Yeah.
And my last fun fact is that they definitely can be homosexual.
Oh!
Yeah. I always look up that fact. It's amazing how many animals where dudes are into dudes, and it's so funny. I think lesbianism in animals is way less documented than man-on-man action. But if people understood how many animals actually are like that, maybe we would chill a little bit more with gay marriage and gay partnerships.
All those people, even if it's not religious, it'll be it's not natural, but it kind of is.
Yeah. I wonder if they become gay, one, because they actually like the boys, but also because the women are just screaming at them every 10 minutes.
You know what? That's fair. I probably wouldn't want to have sex with something that screamed a lot.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No. So the moral of the story is sloths are gay exorcist camo peeps.
Don't forget pollen.
Poly, gay, camouflaged exorcist animals that are going to live in my nightmares from here on out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And living terrariums, apparently.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I'm going to show you after this podcast how fast they move. You should all watch how fast a sloth can actually move because it's crazy.
I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared to see, actually.
They're so cool. I really want to meet a sloth in real life, though.
Yeah. Would you want to try and interact, or just to look at it and see?
I really like seeing wild animals. So whenever I travel overseas, I try to find a place to volunteer my vet experience at, and so I'll go find, so for example, probably next time I go back to South America, I'd probably try to find a sanctuary for sloths and I'd volunteer there. But outside of that, I kind of just want to see a wild animal in the wild.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
And we're losing them so much because of deforestation. So I want to see the animals before they're all dead.
I will say, this podcast helped me understand something. Because, when I watched Zootopia, they have the sloth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think at, the end of the movie, they have that one bit where he's, zooming in his car. And I never understood. I was but they're slow.
Yeah.
Even pressing the accelerator would be slow, but bro's going normal speed.
Yeah.
He said, I'm just gonna,
I'm gonna
shit
whip
to
this
do.
Shit. Yeah. Exactly.
Now it makes sense. Now that question is answered.
Yeah.
And many others that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah. Thanks, sloths.
Thanks. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun to learn about. Those are some weird creatures.
Yeah. I just think they're so cool. Spirit animal. Well, we'll see you next time, guys. We'll see you in a month.